So today I'm coming at you from a very special place. I am just on the outskirts of the area where the JING mountains and city is. And that JING is the name of those mountains that are the now been dubbed the Avatar Mountains. They're that range that inspired James Cameron to create the floating mountains in Avatar. So basically we're in one of the most magical places on earth, and this is where we grow our Eucommia bark. And so I'm surrounded here by dense nature in a valley here, just a little local village. It's uneven, it's wild, very wild. And this grove within this valley, dwarfed by these two big mountains, it's been going here 40 years or so. There was like lots of wild Eucommia bark going here, but then there was a bit of a resurgence of popularity back in the 70s, and so local villagers, local government put themselves in the position where they started to plant all these Eucommia bark trees all through here. And then at the same time, you just walk through, there's so many reishi mushrooms we've found. There's polygonatum growing here. There's a bunch of wild green tea trees growing through here. It's just once again, there's weeds everywhere. There's no pesticides. I tested the water, the spring water that's coming off the mountain, the parts per million, 8 parts per million going on there within that spring water. So I've been chugging that down. And also I've tested the radiation and all that. It's really low, really normal areas. So just getting that out of the way. This Eucommia bark, far out. We've just gone and harvested. Hang on, I'll go over here to this tree where we've just harvested it. We're actually, I think it's April to June is when the harvest actually happens. So a little bit harder to harvest at the moment, but our mate, Mr. Lee, got it done. You can see this here. This is the membrane of the tree. And so when you're skilled at harvesting Eucommia bark, you don't pierce that membrane, because then that damages the tree, stops that tree from reproducing the bark and actually doing anything being useful in the future. And so it's a nice clean cut. You can see not going all the way around, because then that's going to inhibit the tree's ability to reproduce that bark. And all around he's been showing me all right, this tree, you can see that was harvested a year ago, this one 3 years ago, and just showing the various stages of the regrowing of the bark. In about a year and that bark will be back, but he didn't go all the way around. That'd kill the tree. And so that's the practice. That's why Eucommia bark comes off in nice sizes like this. And that tree, roughly 8 to 10 years old, but there are trees that, some of your Eucommia bark's coming from trees that are 40 years old. And they got their roots deep. And speaking of roots being deep, I mean, these trees, they're so solid. Look at this, yeah, look at this. You'd expect me to be able to really wobble that. That's giving me hardly anything. It's a sturdy bloody tree, and no wonder. It's the primary Yang Jing tonic of the whole Taoist tonic herbal system, and the first herb listed in the first Materia Medica ever by Shen Nong 200 BC in the Superior Herbs. Eucommia bark was the number one there, number one Yang Jing herb, and so it's the number one plant herb that is getting into that kidney system, regenerating that battery pack of the body that's dictating our longevity and our foundational capacity to have nice, strong, healthy immunity, digestive power, digestion. If you're working on your digestion, work on your Jing at the same time for your foundations, right? Because you might be, working on your bacterium and your stomach and your spleen. Yeah, that's good. That's getting that's making sure the fire's nice and healthy. But if the kidneys aren't rocking, you have no pilot light, you can't actually turn on that flame to begin with. So, sorry guys. And so Jing's very important. This has been primary Yang Jing tonics. And so basically you're regenerating your Jing, especially from the Yang Jing side of things. You're really working on your fertility. It's one of the most popular fertility herbs going on. And at the same time, you're working on endurance, strength within the body, especially your knees, lower back, your hips, but this one's working on the bones and the bone density and the longevity of your bones and your whole skeletal system, along with your tendons, along with your connective tissue in general, including the fascia. And so have a look here. It's what they call the silk of the Eucommia bark. Nice healthy trees, really nice healthy silk, and you can see a beautiful little fractal there, nice and soft, of fascia within the body. That beautiful connective tissue that unites our whole body, permeates, shapes our organs, connects our systems, a communication network within our body. Eucommia bark's working on that. Straight up working on that. One of the most effective at working on that, actually. And so when you're talking longevity in general, you're talking about JING, you're talking about bones, you're talking about the body's ability to regenerate tissue and heal bone damage, heal ligament damage, heal tendon damage, right? And heal any degeneration that's going on within the tissues, and including the organs. And so this is why it's been such a prized longevity tonic. And yeah, you can use it therapeutically. You can use it if there's been any damage to a joint, any damage to a bone, broken bone. Get on Eucommia. Either get on it on its own as an individual herb. It's a very, very well balanced herb. You can pump this on its own. One of the only herbs really that you can say, if you can just have that. Just have that. You don't need to use other herbs to balance it out. It is a yang jing tonic, but it also does replenish yin. So don't think that it's just going to be just all yang. But you can use it in those instances if you have a problem with your bone, osteoarthritis or something like that as well. Very useful. You can also use it if there's high blood pressure. It's got hypertensive compounds in there that help bring that pressure down, help the body regulate blood pressure once more, since it is a tonic herb and it is an adaptogen. And if you've got tonic herbs and you've got adaptogens, you want to grow them in places like this that are D-Dao, that are from the original place, and the places where the ancient herbalists like Shen Nong said, if you want the best Eucommia bark ever, you go and get it from this place. And of course, that's how we source. That's our first sourcing philosophy. And then, of course, when you're growing D-Dao, there's no reason to use pesticides. You can see there's absolutely no reason for like fertilizers or anything like that that might be organic but aren't going to produce a badass herb like this and badass bark like this that can then get in and give us badass bones, kidney strength, sexual potency, and just longevity in general. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, as I was saying, can use it to treat symptoms and little issues that are going on, things like that. But of course, you can use it as a part of your and your family's diet to ensure that you are pouring essence back in and really getting on the preventative bandwagon and really getting onto that, that plan. You're really planning for the future and planning to have nice, strong, healthy bones for the future, and as well, nice, strong, healthy kidneys, because then that enables us to have our own endogenous energy that gets us through the day, helps us to regenerate tissue and all these beautiful things. And this is just one of the most amazing herbs to do it. One of the primary herbs to do it. It's why I put it as one of the main ingredients in the JING, along with Hishawu, cordyceps leading the way and being the primary herbs in there. That trilogy, I want those JING herbs in my diet. I want them consistently in my diet. I can put them into my hot chocolates in the morning. I can just mix it with a bit of hot water, sweetener, maybe a touch of nut milk, and just drink it like that. It's like an instant tonic. JING and Eucommia bark tastes delicious. It's one of the reasons that our JING blend tastes so delicious, because of this Eucommia bark. We dual extract this as well, by the way. This is one of those herbs that has a lot of beautiful acids in it, is what's really like in that silk that's helping our bones and helping our kidneys really get back and adapt to stress and get back into balance, as well as compounds, may I just quickly say, that help build strong surface immunity. And there's incredible research just how incredible this herb is. Eucommia bark, that's a JING herb, doesn't often get associated with immunity, but if you want strong immunity, you need strong kidneys and JING, because then that feeds the capacity for your body to do its thing. But this is especially phagocytic cells, phagocytosis, surface immunity function in the body. It's like on par with like astragalus in terms of building that function in the body. And I think that's just an amazing thing in itself. But to get those compounds out, you need to do a dual extraction, because it's highly water and alcohol soluble. And so, of course, we go and do that because we don't leave a stone or a piece of bark unturned. So I thought you guys would like to see where this is grown and how amazing it is. I hope you enjoy. Get onto the JING, get onto the Eucommia bark. Make sure that you have a nice, strong, healthy intention for a nice, long, healthy life. And then it'll just be an absolute breeze and a joy for you to include a herb like this in your life. Thanks, guys.